What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 12 of Pass the Joystick. And this week, well, let's say this episode, we're gonna talk a lot about what happened with finally the console reveal, or the date and price reveal of the Xbox. Microsoft finally brought it, gave us the price, gave us the date, and all the specs and everything with a new console that is gonna be kind of like the midpoint for everybody. But we'll talk later, a little bit more about that later on. Welcome to episode 12. Let's just start how we always started, with what have you been playing? So Nick, what have you been playing lately?
Oof.
This past week?
Yes, this week, Smite, of course, because they just came out with the year. They usually, every end of the year, they always do like this event for the last 4 or 5 months. So that just started 2 days ago. So I started that. Spellbreak, because it's been an absolute blast. That's been super fun to play. How'd you enjoy it, by the way? Was good?
It was good. So I played a few matches, and I will say that it's really different than your average battle royale, of course. But if you're into like kind of like the spell, kind of like a sorcerer type deal, time of gameplay, but this is that to a whole nother extent, because it's pretty much, you know, a battle royale.
Yeah. So
you have a team of 3, and then you just go at it pretty much, try to survive till the end, and then you have magic that you start with that you pick, and then you can pick up secondary magic later on in the game. And yeah, no, it was interesting. It was really fun.
Yeah.
We got a few wins and everything, so it was interesting. I got the hang of it pretty quick, and I gotta say that it to be a battle royale, I feel like it's a really breath of fresh air.
It's different
for the different, how different it is from the other ones.
That's like, it's funny you say that, because it's pretty much the main. Like, whenever every time I hop in it gives me that feeling that like a Mario game gives me, where it's so vibrant and it's so like lively.
Fun. Yeah, it's
just fun to play. And then like as soon as I was just playing more and I was like looking at the fact that there's perks in the game and things when you play classes, it changes up the game, because now you can like, before you were probably just playing to get kills and stuff like that, but then you could actually loot for stuff. You could make like your loot chance like drop higher and stuff like that. So they throw some stuff to really like differentiate the things, and apparently they might add like single player to the game at one point, which would be cool.
That'd be pretty cool, yeah.
But
pretty cool to watch.
That'd be fun.
I feel like the game actually handled very well and whatnot. Did the tutorial, and I feel like okay, it was pretty cool. I had to raise the sensitivity and mess a little bit around with it and whatnot. But once I got the hang of it, it was smooth. It took me 1 game. After that, it was just super smooth.
Yeah, like unlike Hyperscape.
Yeah,
it took
unfortunately
almost 2 weeks to not
talk a little bit more about Ubisoft too. About what they're bringing, because oh man. Ubisoft. Yeah, anyways.
Yeah, that's fun. But yeah, I think that's really it. Maybe I hop on my Switch to do the same stuff. I mean, play Spellbreak on the Switch, but also plays pretty good.
Yeah.
But play everything else around there. How about you? Changing anything?
I mean, I haven't been playing too much different. I've been playing, of course, Apex, a few matches of Smite that we did, Spellbreak that we just started, or that I just started, I should say. And I've been playing Animal Crossing a lot more now, because I unfortunately reset my island, so I started from scratch again. Yeah, it was getting.
Oh my god!
There was nothing that I could do in my island, and the islanders that I had, I wanted to change them all, and I was like, damn, is there an easy way to do this? And of course, there's time traveling, but I'm like, that takes away from the fun. But I was like, you know what? I'll just reset everything. Yeah, and it was crazy.
Bro.
So I'm playing a lot of that.
Yeah. I mean, it's good because it gives you like a fresh start.
It is. Yeah.
Already.
I mean, I'm having a lot of fun again with it. I really didn't mind it too much, losing all that stuff and whatnot, and I'm already progressed a lot through it. Yeah. So it was pretty fun. That, and I downloaded again Dead by Daylight, and that was amazing. My God. No, so scary, good. It is like when I'm talking about a game that can give me that rush of like suspense and everything. Yeah. Dead by Daylight,
like
definitely it is.
Butt clenching gameplay.
It's so crazy because so I didn't play it too much in the beginning. My cousin, it's really into the game, like really into the game. So I downloaded it to play with him, and once we got into the game, I really didn't understand on how many killers they added into the game.
Yeah.
Like, it was wild.
It's like every other month there's like a new trailer.
Yeah, I was like, that's amazing. And the way that the killers play and everything, because my favorite genre of movie is horror. So seeing all these horror characters from movies into the game, oh, amazing. Like, that just blew my mind. It was just incredible. So I'm in there, I'm playing it and whatnot, and the vibe of the game, they made it so much more scary because of the scenery, the stages, all that stuff that they did. Of course, now you can hear the killer as he's close to you and whatnot. You can hear if he has a song or something like that, you can hear him close to you. I was like, my god, that's the game. That's what I love about horror games, man.
I could never.
I know you.
I even own it.
Into that.
I even own it, and I tried to play it at one point, and now I have friends that want to play because they just added crossplay.
Yeah.
And I don't even. I'm like.
It's so good. You should download it again. Maybe
give it a run.
Maybe for next week we'll have Nick and talk a little bit more about.
I might have to do a few games.
Yeah,
this weekend,
definitely. We'll play together and whatnot.
Yeah,
we
give it a try.
downloaded that, and that's been really fun. I think that was pretty much it. No, actually.
Luigi's Mansion?
I've been playing that, of course.
Okay, cool.
I've been playing Luigi's Mansion. But I actually downloaded Rainbow Six again. So
that's a journey.
We'll see how that goes. I haven't played it yet. I downloaded it, I believe it was yesterday. We'll see how that goes. I hear a lot of great things. I played it in year one.
Yeah.
So when the game first came out, that's when I played it. After that, I haven't played it again ever. So they tell me that the game has gotten so much better, so much more support. Of course, they've added a bunch of DLC.
Sam Fisher.
They added. So I'm excited. We'll see. We'll see the journey in Rainbow Six. But I feel like that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I haven't been.
It's pretty good though. It's pretty healthy.
Yeah, I mean.
Pretty healthy game choice.
The thing that really is a breath of fresh air, I would say, is Spellbreak.
Yeah.
Because I remember going into Apex and having my usual fun, playing around and whatnot. But I was like, you know what? Let's just switch the game.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to something different. And when we jumped into Spellbreak, I was like, damn, this game is like crazy, like so much different.
It's very I'm saying it again, but it's vibrant.
Yeah,
and that's what I love.
It's so different than a standard battle royale, and I love that about it. I love the different game style and everything that you could do in it, and it's a very team based game. I will say that.
Yes,
because
very much so.
You need to have a ton of communication with your team, so that way you can combo spells and all that. So if you guys haven't tried Spellbreak yet, it's free. Download it. It is crossplay. So you can download it literally on any console and
except
play together and everything. Yeah, exactly.
If it was on phone though, I would give it a try.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they added into it with xCloud coming out in a few weeks and everything.
Yeah, with the little remote and stuff. You're right.
But anyways, let's get into the episode. We're getting a little bit ahead of yourself. But so I'm gonna start it off with Hyrule Warriors got announced. Age of Calamity. So it is the prequel to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So we finally get to see what happened 100 years before Breath of the Wild, because we know that when you play Breath of the Wild and you wake up, 100 years has passed and there's a calamity happening in all Hyrule. So we wonder what happened, what was going on. So with Hyrule Warriors, if you guys are familiar with the original Hyrule Warriors, it's kind of like a Dynasty Warriors type gameplay. So it's more kind of like a hack and slash against a big crowd of enemies and whatnot. So in this one, it's kind of like the same idea with all the Legend of Zelda characters, and then you get to play all the heroes, the main hero, of course, Link, and then all the other heroes that you meet in Breath of the Wild, including Zelda. So you get to play all that in the, like I said, Dynasty Warrior game style. So I'm very excited. I actually own the original one on the Wii U, if I'm not mistaken. So it was such a great game. It was really, really fun game style. I actually enjoy the hack and slash type deals, especially when it's a big crowd and you can do a million combos and all that. It just feels so good. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Are you familiar with it? Did you play the original?
I know what Dynasty Warriors is, but I don't know what that game is.
Yeah. So.
I've seen it. I saw the trailer, the trailer existing, and I watched a little snippet, but then I was just kind of just scrolling through my feed type of situation.
I'm big into the style of Legend of Zelda, of course, and this one will bring more into the gameplay, because you'll have a big world to explore. You got the story behind it, but the main thing that I see everybody posting about online is, thanks for giving us a prequel to Breath of the Wild, bro.
Yeah.
Where is the sequel to Breath of the Wild?
And it's not even like a prequel. I guess you could say it's a prequel, but it's like a completely different gameplay
style.
It is,
yeah, it is. A completely
genre,
different
I guess.
Game style. Yeah, exactly. It's not like a Legend of Zelda linear story, and you're just playing him.
That's funny.
It is completely different, so I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity comes out later on the year, if I'm not mistaken.
This year?
This year, yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. So it is going to be very interesting, very different, I will say that. So after that, we got, what was it? A showing, I guess. We got a showing from Ubisoft. Now, if you know me, I'm not a big fan of Ubisoft as a company overall, so I didn't watch it. But my friend Nick over here watched it. So they did have a few announcements. Nick showed me a few of the announcements that happened there, like the big Prince of Persia and Gods and Monsters finally got revealed and an actual name of it, because that was the name that they gave before it. So Ubisoft presents. I'm gonna let Nick talk about it because he knows a little more about it.
Nah, it was better than I was thinking, just because of the fact that Gods and Monsters actually got a release date with a name change, which is fine. I thought Gods and Monsters sounded amazing personally.
Yeah, no,
it sounds cool.
I felt that was the better name than the one that they chose. Even though it's cool, then the new name is cool, but Gods and Monsters, like, that just feels...
Yeah, like, I feel like first of all, if I'm gonna go to a store and order, like, buy a game, or if I'm looking for a game and I don't know where it's at, of course, like that, it's kind of like, hey, can I get that Immortals Phoenix Rising? It just it doesn't sound terrible. It's probably me being nitpicky.
Yeah, it doesn't sound bad, but hey, can I get that Gods and Monsters?
Yeah, that sounds
better.
Rolls off your tongue.
It does.
But basically, the game is like an open world RPG. That's gonna give you the ability to customize your character completely. I forgot to mention that as well. You get to change your character look, design, and stuff like that. And you go across 7, I believe, different realms on the map that all have like their different Greek gods that are kind of like empowered by those gods, that you help them out doing tasks and things. Okay. And you can get powers from each individual area itself. So first of all, the premise of it sounds awesome. It looks beautiful. It looks very, very pretty.
It does.
And it looks like it's gonna be a big game.
It looks like a good art style. I'll say that.
Yeah, it's very Breath of the Wild, if I didn't say that.
Yeah. It does look really nice. The art style of it and everything. So I mean it. The problem that I have, if the game didn't look as good, I probably wouldn't even try it, but it's because it's Ubisoft.
Yeah.
That's where I'm hesitant about it and whatnot, because I'm not a big fan of Ubisoft as a company overall. So we'll see what happens with Gods and Monsters, or Immortals, I should say now, because the game does look fun. And it's more, you mentioned, we were talking before, and you said it was kind of like a comedy game narrated by Zeus. So that's going to be fun. So I actually enjoy that part of it.
Yeah, it's so like they were very hesitant to like show more about that when it came to that, but it was kind of cool that they were showing just little snippets where basically your character starts the demo and you're flying, because one of the abilities in the game is you actually get wings. That's right. And what happens is Zeus and his brother, somebody called Prometheus, is narrating the game, and they're bored of the adventure because they're like, oh, she's not doing anything, there's nothing going on. So Zeus like properly spawns in things for you to fight to make it spicy. Then he narrates the fight, which is pretty funny.
That is cool.
So I'm hoping that approach on it is something different. They've delayed this game at least twice at this point. Just like, everything else is being delayed.
Yeah, we've been waiting a while for it, because we haven't even seen anything about it up until now.
Yeah.
So
literally, they showed us the trailer like 2 years ago, and then
and that's it.
That was it. Yeah, it's like that pirate game, Skull and Bones.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything since, and now they completely trashed it to start it over again. So, anyways, we'll see.
We got Sea Thieves, I guess.
We'll see. But Prince of Persia, also got announced. Another thing, it's another confession, I should say. I was never a big fan of Prince of Persia myself.
Okay.
I never
you ever tried
played it. So I did play it. I never played much of it because I never really finished the game itself. Okay. But I did play a little bit about it. It just wasn't my type of game. I guess when I grew up, it's when I got into those games. Yeah. Because I remember the Prince of Persias were like super old. So I really played them when I was younger and whatnot. So that style of game, I really got into it with Assassin's Creed, the first 3. And of course now different games that have that, like Ghost of Tsushima, which is beautiful, perfect.
What a visual spectacle.
Yeah. But Prince of Persia got announced. Did it get a name different or?
No, it's Sands of Time remake.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, they didn't change. They changed, so like they're doing all this stuff and they're saying the game's coming out in January, but right now there's 2 different palettes of lighting that they're going with, and they don't know which route to take for the game, which is really weird.
That's kind of strange.
It's like one's darker and I guess a little bit more colorful, and the other one's brighter, but you can see the characters more.
Okay.
So it's kind of like,
So they're trying to play with both of them? Is that what it is?
Yeah. I guess because like the trailer looks fine, but to me it didn't look like a remake, which is weird. Like if you compare it next to the side by side, it looks like a completely different game. It looks like a game that probably came out maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Would you say?
You charge $30 for it. I don't think it's a bad thing.
Okay, no, I mean, if it's $30, then okay.
Don't charge $60 though.
Damn, never, please. If it's $60, then I would say it's a bad thing.
Yeah. I don't think that's really gonna be a good case for that when it comes to that. But the game looked fine from what they were showing. It really didn't look bad whatsoever. I just feel like the initial showing of it after all these games that you've been seeing, like they showed Immortals and then they showed what's it called, Watch Dogs, which just looks amazing because they keep showing more of it and it looks better.
We've seen plenty of it.
Yeah. Oh, and they announced that the protagonist from the first game's coming back as a playable character.
Really?
With his own story and abilities and stuff like that.
Actually a really good announcement.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Amazing.
And they hid that off to like the end of Watch Dogs. They're like, hey, by the way, Aiden's coming back.
You get this. Damn.
Yeah, and they made him older, so homie's got a beard now.
That's cool. That's really cool. I never really finished Watch Dogs 2.
Me neither.
But I will definitely give the new one a try because I feel like it's gonna be such a good game overall, and that's a lot coming from me because again Ubisoft.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to see what the new Watch Dogs.
I think the only success Ubisoft has truly had in terms of going from like the pit of despair to like true like just utter love and care for their community is Siege. That's really it. Yeah. I don't think any game has really.
That is that one game that I feel like it got big and it stayed and it still is till this day. Yeah. And it has a big following, a big community. Like you can see, like even streamers, and you go to Twitch and it has such a big viewer count and everything. Yeah.
And people literally hop on a game for the first time and then they end up playing it for a few months or like a year.
I feel like that's how I'm gonna be when I just re-download and everything.
Like it's fun, but I feel like my only complaint about it is hopping into the game now is the fact that all these new maps and all these new corner spots and stuff. No? It's very skill based.
It is. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like because let's say you walk into a room, for example, and you're defending or something like that, and these people know where to be at the right times, you're screwed. That's just how it is. Until you learn the map, obviously.
But do you know if the matches are like level based, or like you get paired up with people your own level and whatnot?
I think you just hop into a match and play with people.
That's kind of crazy though.
Yeah. But you might play with someone who's
we'll see.
Super experienced.
Exactly. That's one of those things that I might be with people that actually know what they're doing. So
yeah.
We'll see.
It depends.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah.
But yeah, well, we're gonna have to see. Apparently, Prince of Persia comes out in January.
Okay.
And then Gods and Monsters comes out in December.
Or is it gonna be both?
They didn't say anything that I saw. It looked like it just said Xbox and PlayStation. They didn't say anything specific. They did also say they didn't like say it, but they wrote it in the tag that Prince of Persia and Immortals were coming to the Switch.
Okay.
So it's not just Xbox and PlayStation.
That's cool. Yeah.
So that's gonna be cool.
At least it's gonna be all over the place, I guess. So.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, cool. We'll see.
But that was Ubisoft.
But those are the big announcements for Ubisoft. They did have a few other announcements that we'll post the link so you guys can see everything they announced for Ubisoft. Again, I wasn't a big fan of it, but hey, for those of you that like Ubisoft out there, we'll post the link so you guys can see everything there. Well, let's get into the big announcement. This is the big meat and bones of everything. We're talking about Microsoft finally unveiled the Xbox Series X and S price and date. So we finally got a price on the Series S. That was the first one that got announced, and holy crap, bro.
Amazing.
What a price.
Amazing.
What a competitive price. Like, when I saw that, I was speechless. I could not believe it.
It's like Switch competitive, but the thing... And
literally, bro.
It came into my mind last night when I was... Because I was reading and I'm looking at all these different articles and stuff. And the first thing that comes to mind is, I bought my Switch for that price. And it's like, of course, it's a different, brand and all that stuff. Yeah. But it's going to have more power than my X.
Yep.
Without the disc tray, obviously, and it's half the size of my PlayStation 4.
Crazy.
I was like, "What's going on?" So this is just crazy to me.
It's so wild. For $299, $300, you get the Xbox Series S, which is gonna be 4K upscaling, 1440 native for the graphics. It's gonna have the 500 and something gigabyte, whatever it is.
12 SSD.
Yeah,
512 SSD.
So 4 teraflops for the system, which is what the Xbox One X has.
Yeah,
which is crazy. The Series S, it's that sweet spot for everybody.
Yeah,
it does, like Nick said, it does not have a disc tray, so it is digital only console. But I mean, most of the stuff nowadays is digital as it is anyway, and for that price, I mean, you can't go wrong.
Now, honestly, it's God. It's amazing because I was looking at the spreadsheet that they actually put down like the stats like left to right to see what the difference were, and the biggest thing that I did see was the GPU and the RAM. I think it was, I believe that it has some of the specs of like the Series or not Series X, but One X.
Xbox One X.
I could see that being a problem in a few years because the Series X has like 2 or 3 times more. But as it stands, for people who really don't care about that type of stuff, they just want to play a game.
Exactly. And that's how I see this console is catered to. It's catered to those people that just want the next generation console, of course. They just want to play with friends. They don't really care about the disc tray. They just want to download their games like most people are doing nowadays anyway.
Game Pass.
So I feel like Game Pass, like, come on. So like that's the perfect console.
Yeah.
And the price, oh my goodness, like you couldn't ask for anything better.
No.
Like I literally was saying that it's gonna be $399.
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
I was like, yeah, $399. Okay, I can see that. But Xbox just went out and was like, nah, how about we beat it and put $299? Holy crap.
Oh, bro. It's going to be a Switch situation all over again.
Yeah.
Where it's going to sell out like instantly.
The moment it comes out.
And,
the moment it comes out. Actually, the pre-orders are going to come up soon. So the moment the pre-orders come out, I'm pretty sure it's going to be sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still going to attempt, obviously.
Yeah, no.
You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to definitely, I mean, that same day I'm going to do my pre-orders, hopefully.
Yeah.
Get my X. So we'll see.
But man.
$299 for the Xbox Series S console. And then we have the Series X, which also got the price. It got confirmed that it's not going to be $599 like Pringle said. So,
yeah, they tried. They really did.
Yeah, we talked about that, and I did say that it was going to be, it's just them.
There's no way it could have been that price.
Nah, I don't think so either. Like, that would have been too crazy.
Yeah.
But it got the price that I did say that it was going to be. It was $499 for the Xbox Series X. And I feel like that is a fair price for it.
Yeah.
Because of the spec that it has, everything that it supports. It does have the disc tray. It is the most powerful console ever announced. So I think $499 is fair.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely fair if you do care about those features. If not, there's the S. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's beautiful for it.
It's pretty much like looking for like, I wouldn't say like just like the sweet spot, but like it's very much caters to people because you have the consoles that you can just buy outright if you really want to, or you can go with the all access system, which we'll talk about in a minute.
Yep.
And you have so much available to you for so much cheaper than you could have ever done previously.
Bro, for real.
Like before, I would buy a console and have maybe one game or something like that.
Yeah, and you play that game until you could afford another one or,
exactly.
or something like that.
Yeah, or I would just pace myself through it because I don't want to beat it because of that situation.
Literally. Yep.
But now... somebody can get their console literally on day one whenever it comes out, the day that it comes out, or like let's say they get it for like a holiday or something, Christmas, and they will have hundreds
over 100 games
to choose from
on day one.
Yeah, even though some of them are like new releases, or some of them are gonna be like earlier this year or like this year or last year, but I don't think that really matters.
It doesn't,
because this gives you actual more use for your console, in my opinion.
Like let's think about when the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 came out.
Yeah,
like how many games did you really have, you know? Other than
Titanfall,
like you say, like Titanfall, Call of Duty Ghost, certain Rise Son of Rome.
Yes.
So kind of games like that were, you know, it was games for the previous gen, except Rise, but games for the previous gen that you get on the new generation console. But again, you might have gotten one or two. You might have gotten Call of Duty because that's all you wanted to play at the time. Mm-hmm. In this situation with the Xbox, you get Game Pass and you get over 100 games that if you want to play different games, you want to play 50 different games through the week, you can. That's just crazy.
You want to hop on EA Access that's now included and play like Sims or like Battlefront, you can.
That is just wild to me.
Absolutely nuts.
It is like... I think we say it every episode. Let's say it again. If you don't have Game Pass,
you need it.
You need it now. Yeah. Like, what are you doing without Game Pass? Like,
I mean, I think they're getting rid of Live and they're just going to go with the Game Pass implementation at this point. Yeah,
which makes sense. I mean, it's all included.
And it's like $4 more.
Yeah, exactly. Which it's not a big deal because you're getting so much more out of it. But Xbox also announced the Xbox All Access.
Yes.
Which Xbox All Access, I feel, was ridiculous.
So like,
want to talk about it?
Yes, because I was having this conversation with a friend of mine last night, and it's crazy to me because they didn't advertise this, but obviously people start going into detail, and the information you hear is nuts. So let's say you decide to go with All Access. What is it? It's pretty much you do kind of like, I want to say like a credit card situation, because they say they don't check credit, which is also crazy.
Which is amazing.
But they pretty much lend you the money for the console, and then you just pay it off in the time frame, whichever they give you.
It's either 24 months, right?
2 years, right?
Yep,
yeah.
2 years.
It's either $25 a month, $24.99, or $34.99.
Yep.
And what that gives you is the console, Game Pass Ultimate.
For those 2 years.
Yes, with EA Access.
That's crazy.
For 2 years. You get, and of course, because all this is included, you pay all that over the course of 2 years, which most people honestly will probably pay it off in like a year or something.
Time. Yeah, exactly.
But the benefit of this is, let's say you do this with the Series S. If you do this in 2 years or less, you actually pay $40 less. which is crazy. You're paying $260 for this console because you decided, hey, I'm gonna try out your option. Of course, with the One X, you pay, I think it's like $50 more, something like that over 2 years.
Which balances out between both of them.
It's kind of just like, it is what it is. But you still get Game Pass Ultimate, and you still get EA Access for 2 years, which normally EA Access is $30 a year, and then Game Pass is $15 a month. So you could just do the math for that, and you're saving exponential amount of money and gaining so much more out of it.
Ridiculous.
That's like
Xbox All Access, when they announced them, and I saw the pricing breakdown and all that stuff that they did, I feel like, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, like who wouldn't buy an Xbox at this point?
Like if you're gonna buy it outright, like day one, that's fine.
Yeah,
cool. You do that, and you don't have to pay it through every month and whatnot. But the fact that you could actually get, they are giving you the money, and you can get the console and the Game Pass with EA Access and pay it within those 2 years, who wouldn't get an Xbox? Like, even if you're a PlayStation player, which I get it, a lot of people do have preferences and everything, but for those people that are, the gamers that want to try every game out there like us, why wouldn't you get an Xbox now?
It's just the biggest
There's a lot of people
steal.
Yeah, there's a lot of people actually considering, like, a lot of people don't want to spend the money on both on day one, and I get it. A lot of people don't want to drop that money. But now you have the choice to actually pay off the Xbox within 2 years and still get your PlayStation.
Exactly.
If you wanted to do that.
I'd even, what, that's funny. You could just go buy a PlayStation and then do the All Access program, which you just pretty much create an account and go through, the system that they want you to do. But it's just like...
it just makes so much more sense that way,
Yeah, this is so... It's such a push forward in a direction that I don't think I could have even messed around to even comprehend.
And we talked last week about Nintendo. Nintendo does that very well with their company and everything, but Microsoft, they're geniuses with this. They just went to another realm with something as big as this. And it's incredible. Xbox All Access, it's just giving you everything.
Yeah, it may not sound big, by the way, and because I guess we're
dumbing it down technically, but we'll post the link so you guys can understand what it is. But yeah, Xbox All Access, in my opinion, is the best thing that they could have actually done.
I think it's the best thing that's happened for a gaming friendly ecosystem, or just general making it available to people in years. Because there's no console that you're gonna get that gives you that value for that price tag for that much anywhere.
And it's a next generation console with the specs and power that it's gonna have.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
You don't even and here's the beautiful part is you could play any of your games and they just said that Siege is getting the 120 frames update at the Ubisoft conference too.
Crazy.
They're giving you all these options. Sure, you're gonna need a TV to be able to use this, but
there's the options. You're not paying $500 or whatever it is, plus the TV. You can pay the $35 a month
and get a TV
separately that supports the console. And whatnot. Come on,
which would be around the price of both the consoles, but
it's a
it is
little
what
bit
it
more
is.
expensive, of course, to actually support it. But at the end of the day, you're actually saving more money that way, I guess. Yeah. Because you're getting more value out of it.
Yeah, and you'll be able to actually use your tech, and then everything else you're using going to benefit from everything in your house.
So. What an incredible announcement, Microsoft! You're doing it well. Let me just say that. Thank you. Thank you for everything that you're doing.
Amazing.
Release date is going to be November 10th, 2020 of this year. Oh, so this year, November 10th. So be ready because both consoles are going to be releasing the same day. Pre-orders are going to go up on September 22nd.
So a Tuesday in 2 weeks.
Yep. So it's going to be great.
So, and you can already go on a site and look at everything if you're interested. We'll post a link in the description, of course.
Yeah.
But it's going to give you a little bit of a rundown with All Access and the difference between the two consoles, which is also again. Make it simple. I saw some people, and it's very picky, very nitpicky. There was a journalist that I guess on the New York Times that made an article about the new consoles, and he was like, "Why is it so complicated? Yada yada, all this other stuff." And it's just one has an S and one has an X. What's the difference?
Yeah.
And it says series in it. Yeah, you have the 1X and the 1S.
Right.
But
well, that's what Xbox does anyway.
Yeah, so. you should be able. If you have a human brain and you're above a certain age, you should be able to distinguish.
And if you're a gamer, you understand. It's easy.
The people buying it already know the difference.
Exactly.
That's just what it is.
If you're a kid that you have your parents that are gonna buy it for you, then I get it. Your parent might not even understand what the hell they're buying. But there is specs out there. The specs are out there for you to see it. So if you want to show your parent, or if you want to see it for yourself, the specs are out there. We'll post the link so you guys can see it because it's a big difference. I mean, between the two consoles, there's a big difference.
I mean, they're gonna throw in an absurd amount of money into marketing and advertisement for the next few months. Like it's going to be. You're gonna
see it everywhere. Yeah.
It's gonna be Spotify, YouTube ads, like literally built like everywhere. You're gonna see it.
You're gonna see it everywhere.
You're gonna walk into a Walmart and it's gonna be next to the grocery.
Literally, like pre-order now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, literally.
I'm very excited, but let's talk about the big elephant in the room. Is PlayStation.
Where my homie at?
Sony. What are they doing? Like what now? What are they thinking? So it was when was it? Yesterday or a few days ago?
9th, I believe.
The 25th anniversary of the first PlayStation ever released. 20 or 25 or 35? I don't know.
I honestly,
it doesn't matter because they had their anniversary. So we were like, okay, today's the day. They're gonna announce it because it's their anniversary. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
The day passed by and we got nothing.
Yeah. Again.
And here's the thing. I think they didn't announce anything because they were surprised by the price of the S.
Oh, 100%.
I feel like they were ready. I feel like they were ready to announce. But once Xbox was like, hey, $299. $299 for the Series S.
And $499 for the one that's 3 times as powerful.
Like, hold up. Hang on. What? How
we
much?
need to crunch some numbers.
They were like, can we actually match that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God.
Because, wow, bro. Like, what do you think is going through Sony's head right now?
So for starters, Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox, said himself that this upcoming week was going to be the initial announcement during a live stream. Mm-hmm. But then there was a guy that made a YouTube video and it was apparently accurate, and that ended up the situation that ended up with Xbox coming out.
Right?
So I can only imagine maybe PlayStation had something either this week or the next week that followed.
I mean, we were hoping for last week, so I mean,
and apparently the same information or the same people that leaked out some of the information about the Xbox to begin with kind of did it with the PlayStation as well. But we know how that went. We didn't get any price or anything like that. I'm thinking that more or less they're probably like, yeah, we don't know what the hell's going on. What to do.
I feel like that's where their head is at right now. I feel like they're just thinking like, damn, can we actually match our digital only console to a $299 price point that Xbox is doing with theirs?
They'd have to sell it for $249 to even be remotely, I feel like, in the market for that.
But that they're losing money at that point. In my opinion, they're losing money because
and they make the is it the Pro or something, or is it just called the PS5?
Yeah, it's called the PS5.
Yeah.
PS5 and PS5 digital only.
Okay.
Or something.
Then just make that $399.
That's all I saw. But here the thing is, the PS5 and the PS5 digital only is the same console. Just one has disc, one doesn't.
Okay.
So technically, if they release it at $299, I feel like they're also losing money at that price point.
Yeah.
Because, in a sense, it would be as strong or a little bit stronger than the Series S.
Yes.
So in a sense, the lowest I feel like they can go, it's $349.
Yeah.
You know?
That sounds
to be at a fair price point. Mm-hmm. And obviously, I don't think they're gonna go that way. I feel like it's gonna be $499 and $399.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be it. I feel like they just held back because, again, the price point of the Series S. So they're trying to see how much can we cut this down.
Yeah, it's a whole $100 difference.
Can they even cut it down, you know? Like, that's just tough, man.
No. I don't think they are because they're a little, I wouldn't say greedy on purpose, but I feel like with their services for gaming, that is. Yeah. Everything else is fine, but with gaming...
That is true.
You know, they're very like, no, we're gonna keep it.
And I mean, you know, everybody. So you know, we look at memes all day. We see all these things about, you know, everybody getting a PlayStation. Oh, you know, my girl's getting me my PlayStation 5, whatever it is. Here's the thing, like PlayStation, yes, it's a great system, great console, amazing. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna get it myself. For the value that you are getting on day one, I just don't feel the PlayStation is worth it compared to the Xbox.
Yes.
You know? Because I am going to get both consoles on day one, no matter what. Because there are exclusive games like Godfall and everything that I want to play on PlayStation.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Godfall, yeah.
But, let's say, for example, you're debating between both consoles. When Xbox announced All Access and they announced that EA Play is going to be included into it, wouldn't you already... Like, that would be an easy decision for you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Easily.
If you're a person that's deciding between both of them, like, oh, I don't know if to get this, but this console has these games, this console has these games. Now Xbox said, hey, you're getting Xbox Game Pass, EA Play included into it for no extra charge, and you can do all access.
And you're paying $35 a month.
Like that's
it's a lot better.
A no-brainer.
It's a lot better than saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna pay $500 and get this console," and have to pay the additional $60 per game.
Right, and let me just throw this out there, and Xbox is backwards compatible for accessories.
Oh yeah, I could use I just bought an Xbox remote and I can use it.
Bro, like, are you kidding me? Like, I just don't know. I don't even know what to say.
I think this is what they've been building for all these years, where they're constantly talking about, trying to do this and trying to have more available, more options and stuff like that. I feel like this was the route that they took.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with it because honestly, this is like, it makes, and it's something that they said once, is like, respect your what's it called? Like, I guess respect your players' purchases.
Yeah.
I'm buying all this stuff and I've gotten all this stuff over years.
Yeah.
And as soon as I get the new console, just load in.
You have to literally sell everything. But now with the new consoles, you can just use everything.
I would personally sell my 1S to get the Series X. Because what am I going to use my 1S for?
That's what I'm going to do. I mean, I have both consoles.
Yeah.
And I'm going to sell both of them when the new consoles come out. But you're telling me that I can at least keep one of my controllers, keep using my same headset, keep using my same accessories for the Xbox? Like, that's just
You're saving so much,
It's a no-brainer. Like, it's just all out there.
Yeah.
I understand, there are... and we haven't talked about this much, but there are console wars. There are people that are just fans of certain companies or certain game styles and everything. To be honest with you, if you're not one of those and you're just thinking of getting one or the other, your decision is the Xbox just made it easier.
Yeah.
And
here's the thing that makes it the easiest. Is that all of their new day one games are dropping on Game Pass.
On Game Pass.
So what's the point? You don't pay for any of their new games.
Literally, you're not paying $60 for each game.
No.
You're literally just downloading into your console. Day one.
Yeah.
Like, it's just crazy.
It's literally,
yeah, like, there's
it's
no
like
words.
a microphone drop. Because there's just, and I'm losing words to even describe it. But there's nothing that I think PlayStation could even do to, like, literally... Compare to this.
To even come close to something like
because if you were to even get some of the PlayStation's exclusive, let's say I'm gonna go in a store, I'm gonna buy a PlayStation with the exclusives, right? I'm probably gonna buy another remote, maybe, or no, I'm gonna buy a mic. I'm definitely gonna buy a mic.
You're gonna definitely buy a mic.
That's $60, baby. And then and then I'm gonna get maybe a game or two. That's another.
Yep. So let's say for example you get two, so it's $120 plus the extra $60 for the mic. You're already at $180 plus the console. You're gonna go with the digital and non-digital. That could be $400 to $500. So all these numbers stacking up. Now with the Xbox, you just get the console. Let's say you do all access. You're paying $35 for the damn console.
And you get everything we just mentioned.
For the damn console, Xbox Game Pass, and EA Play.
Yep.
And you don't have to buy any accessories because your accessories are backwards compatible.
But if you don't have any accessories, you could use a Bluetooth like headset or something.
Bro,
like
what the?
Like,
oh my god.
We're going very into it, but it's very much a big deal. Like this is
it's a huge
game changing.
It's a huge deal. Like a lot of people don't really understand what Microsoft has really done with the announcement of the Xbox One, Series X and S, Xbox All Access, and being backwards compatible. You gotta understand all the specs and everything that go behind it because there is a lot of information that goes into it, and I feel like Microsoft is just doing it well, man.
Yeah.
Like there's no words. I'm still gonna get the PlayStation. I'll let you guys know how I feel about it. We're hoping to get an announcement within the next few weeks. We'll talk about it when it happens.
Probably October.
Yeah, at this point,
it might be October,
it wouldn't surprise me to be honest.
October 31st. By the way, pre-orders
it comes out
tomorrow.
in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Like what the hell? It wouldn't really surprise me, but we'll see what happens. PlayStation, we're asking. Please give us price, give us a date, give us an announcement that is gonna get us excited because right now I'm excited for Xbox.
Yeah, at this point I love my PS4 and I've grown to love it.
I love my PlayStation 4 also.
Yeah, but I feel like I've lost a lot of like want.
Yeah.
To even want to invest into a new PlayStation. Like, at this point, I'm just gonna get the new Xbox, the Series X. My friend's gonna get the Series X because he's 100% doing all access.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm gonna do it too. Obviously, what it is.
I would do it. I could buy it outright, but why not do it?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, it just
makes more sense doing it.
Save yourself some money, and then here's the thing. You could get the console and just pay it off in 2-3 months if you felt like it instead of dropping the
literally, bro. Literally.
So it is what it is. But definitely, this is going to be one of the biggest topics that's going to be out on the internet right now. That's going to be going forward for the next few weeks. Mm-hmm. As soon as pre-orders drop, this thing's going to be probably even higher, like Switch levels.
Yeah.
Of
probably higher. Yeah. So it's gonna be like September 22nd. Be ready because if you want one, pre-orders are gonna go live and
hop on your phone, hop on your computer,
on whatever accessory you have that you can get on the internet. Hop on everything.
Yeah, hop on like an hour before the website
and keep refreshing.
Just keep
refreshing. Keep refreshing because it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But anyways, we'll see what happens. PlayStation, Sony, let us know. Hopefully, we're gonna get an announcement and we'll see a price. And
cross our fingers. Let's hope it's
we'll see.
Good.
But that brings us to the end of our episode. Tell us, guys, what you guys think about the new Xbox announcement. Are you guys excited for the price and all the announcement that came with it? Are you guys excited for Ubisoft? All the announcements and the games that they announced with it, like Prince of Persia and Immortals that is coming out. And if you guys are Nintendo fans, shoot me a message because I want to talk a little bit more about Hyrule Warriors because I'm a big fan of the Nintendo games, as you guys know already. But
that'd be fun.
That's it.
Yeah, so another episode down the stick.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think it's the way to say it. It's been super fun. And I'm looking forward to whatever information we get in the future.
Yeah.
But of course, keep everything in the description box below if you want to check the website. We're still going through some games. I'm working on some of the stuff at the moment.
Yeah, I'm working on my stuff too.
Out as soon as we possibly can. But always check the Instagram or even the Twitter because Instagram very updated.
It's updated, yeah.
We always post whenever we post new videos and stuff like that. Whenever anything goes out, podcast related or anything even.
And I want to mention real quick before Nick finishes, we're also gonna start doing recordings of our gameplay and whatnot, so you guys can see, our games that we're playing currently, certain gameplays that we do because some of it is just ridiculous. We have a lot of fun. So if you ever want to jump in with us in any of the games, shoot us a message. We play pretty much everything that you guys want to play, and if I don't play it, Nick plays it, or any of our other friends play it, and we can jump into a group together. So let us know. Yeah,
we are pretty much all across all genres at this point.
Literally,
we cover pretty much everything from mobile gaming to high, like rigorous console or even PC gaming at that rate. But yeah, check the description box. The links for the trailers, the information, and some of the articles where we talked about will be in there.
We'll
see you guys soon, and don't forget to pass the joystick, guys.
All right.
Take care.
See you guys.